Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Katie, aka Pay Me Electric. I, much like many people, have been in quarantine right now. Even though things are starting to reopen in many parts of the state, I've decided to pretty much stay inside most of the time. I honestly get asked questions from time to time from friends or like coworkers, stuff about bunnies. If you didn't know, I have two bunnies, Benji and Holly. Holly is what we think is about a 4-year-old English spot and Holland lot mix, and Benji is about to turn 2 and he is a lion head. Both of them are adopted and they live in X pens. I would have them free range, but they don't get along with each other. I really tried hard to bond them, so that's the story on that. I get questions from time to time about bunnies and, you know, things that people are curious about, don't really understand. So I wanted to go in with 5 facts about bunnies that you probably didn't know, and I really hope you enjoy. Number 1 are crepuscular. This means they're most active at dusk and dawn. So right now it is evening time and it is playtime for them. So I have them roaming about. Wouldn't be surprised if you see Holly in the background somewhere here. Or if she decides to climb somewhere because she thinks she's a cat. But rabbits are most active in the morning from like, I don't know, anywhere between 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. and then like, depending on the season right now, like 8 p.m. to maybe midnight. Did you sleep on average about 8 hours a day? Although I swear mine sleep like 11. So that is fact number 1. Fact number 2 is that they need to be out, they need exercise. So if you're someone that wants to get a rabbit as a pet, definitely consider it, but be mindful of the fact that they are gonna need the exercise, they're gonna need a routine. My buddies get fed at around the same time every day. I let them out at the same time every day. They're out 3-4 hours, which is the minimum they should be out, unless of course they are free range. They need to burn off all the energy they have from sleeping, the food. They need exercise. This is something I wish I learned when I was younger. I've had a couple bunnies. Holly and Benji are my 3rd and 4th. I've definitely learned a lot as I'm now an adult, but I did not know definitely about the exercise, nutrition, things you should feed them. So yeah, you need to dedicate time every day to make sure they're getting exercise. Otherwise they're gonna get bored, they're gonna be sad, they're not gonna wanna play with you, they're not gonna wanna bond with you. And it's just super important. Number 3 is something that when I tell people grosses them out, and they're like, it's like they don't like bunnies anymore, and I'm like, okay. So rabbits eat their own poop. They produce 2 types of poops. One is just like a regular dry poop, and the second one is more of like a wet one. It's called a acesotrope, I believe, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Contains a lot of nutrients that passes through their digestive system that they need to re-ingest essentially in order to get that nutrient. And you'll know your bunny is healthy if they're producing those poops, eating them. Their tummies are super sensitive, so having a bunny pooping, peeing, eating, everything like that is super important because if anything's wrong with their digestive system, they can get really sick. And the fourth one would be their diet. They're strictly herbivores. They're actually vegan, like me. They can eat very little. They need a constant supply of hay. My bunnies eat orchard hay. I have a really big box that I get delivered like once a month from a farm. And Timothy hay is good too. I'm actually randomly allergic to Timothy hay. So mine eat orchard hay, and they have a constant supply of that. I give it to them in the morning and at night, and also when I change their litter boxes. My bunnies are litter box trained, which makes it super easy and convenient to have them roaming around the house and not being stinky, and take care of that every day. They also need a fresh bowl of grains with no like fruity, sugary stuff in that. That's something I definitely didn't know when I was younger. You know, I just buy like the Fiesta mix from like Petco and just gave it to my bunnies and my guinea pigs, and I mean they were fine, but it's definitely not what you should do. Right now my bunnies both eat oxbow, adult, just plain grains. And then on top of that, I give them fresh veggies every morning. There's a lot of veggies they can't eat, so I give mine arugula every day. Sometimes I'll switch it up with spinach, but Benji's really picky and doesn't like spinach. So I eat arugula, they eat arugula. And then very, very occasionally do I give them fruit. Holly will eat anything. She loves strawberries, she loves grapes. Benji, super picky. Sugar is not super great for them, so every once in a while as a treat, I'll give them like a piece of strawberry or something, but for the most part, just veggies. Number 5 is attention and love. Bunnies need a lot of attention and love. Like I said, they need that routine schedule, they need to exercise, they need the proper nutrition. And I think a lot of people end up getting rabbits for their kids because they're cute, they want to cuddle them, they want to pick them up, which is also like a huge no-no. Bunnies are prey animals and very scared when they want to be. They lack the sensation to feel the vibrations on the floor when they're picked up, and thus do not like it and do not want to be cuddled like that. I mean, it's very rare that there's some bunnies that do like to be held. In my experience, I've had none that want to be held. I think it's ideal. These are things I wish I knew when I was younger that I know now. I think they do require more maintenance than people realize. And honestly, if you're considering getting a rabbit, really consider, one, how old you are. If you're an adult like me, I'm sure you'll make the right decision. If it's for your kids, I would wait until they're at least teenagers. I got my first bunny was 13, and even then I did not know and wish I knew what I knew now. And on top of that, I would say adopt. Don't get them from a breeder. I had my first 2 bunnies from breeders just because, again, I did not know a lot. But now both of my bunnies are adopted. Super easy. There's so many bunnies that don't have homes and are just sitting at shelters. And the great thing about when I adopted them is that they're already spayed and neutered, which means having them live together, theoretically they should get along really well. They can get along okay, they're just like not bonded, which is fine. Like, not every pair is going to be like a perfect match. They also need to go to the vet at least once a year to be checked on. That's another thing. Like, don't not take your pets to the vet. separate issue. But definitely adopt. You're saving an animal's life versus ones that are being bred and sold constantly and then being purchased by little kids and their parents, and the kid gets bored and then they end up getting surrendered. That's repeating the cycle of homeless bunnies. Definitely, if you're considering getting a rabbit, think about who it's for. If you have the time and energy to take care of them, thinking about purchasing hay, the food, the litter, if you can afford that. Those are 5 things you should know about rabbits. Whether you want one, you like them, just curious. Now I know. My name is Katie, aka Pay Me Electric. Those are 5 facts about bunnies, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, welcome to the fam. Check out my Instagram, Pay Me Electric. I have photos of the 2 of them, and vegan food inspiration, stuff I'm making, stuff I'm eating all the time. All right, thanks, stay safe, bye.